This is Saint Mark Exclusive. Mock Production.
Master to pack, no trap laws.
Menace and Venice, turn your bitch up into a lost cause.
Beauty and the beast for the clip, be cautious, caution. Murder the pussy, steady flossing.
Oh shit, I leave them corpses, I'm metamorphosis, I'm fancy. Lodge your head in the window of Porsche.
Cordless and in the course, they got an abortion. Slide in the pussy with Ritalin and aborted.
I'm laughing, I lead the masses, straight gasping, caskets. Preaching a murder, so light your matches.
Nasty tone with a nasty palm. Pretty kitty, dirty vagabond.
Tragic, sacrifice of sanity for bastards.
For little and vanity, what sanity will be casted? Half, but I leave them
half alive in a basket. And if you're not a savage, succumb to the madness.
Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no claws? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no faucet. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no faucet. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no faucet. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no faucet. mask with the pack, no trap laws.
Menace and Venice, turn your bitch up into a lost cause.
Beauty and the beast for the clip, be cautious, caution. Murder the pussy, said he floss.
Oh shit, I leave them corpses, I'm metamorphosis, I'm fancy. Larger head in the window of Porsches.
Cordless and in the course, they got an abortion. Slide in the pussy with Ritalin and aborted.
I'm laughing, I lead the masses, straight gasping, caskets. Preaching a murder, so light your matches.
Nasty tone with a nasty palm. Pretty kitty, dirty vagabond.
Tragic, sacrifice insanity for bastards.
For little of vanity, what sanity will be casted. Half what I leave 'em.
Half alive in a basket, and if you're not a savage, succumb to the madness.
Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no claws? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no force. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no force. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no force. Nigga, what you really know about me? Why your bitch like clothes, no closet? Why you worry about the money at deposit? I'm in the mouth like water, no faucet.
All right. Hello, yos. It's Reborn here. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Mm, hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me check the mic. Nice
Yo, what up, Reborn?
profile, bro. What's up? What's up? Yeah. What's up? Like I
Yeah,
said,
man.
I was gonna have a good interest to discuss everywhere about it. But even though I got feeling like coming and response to saying that they don't, you got some of them saying that they don't want to join. Maybe maybe due to the late and they've been up for a while, and you got the others saying that they don't want to like talk about that situation because it might be too personal, which I understand by how this one individual say um
Who are you
about it.
talking about exactly?
Oh, basically we're talking about the Western country and also the downfall of the degeneracy. So
Okay, but who you saying was gonna come on? But was it like somebody who watches you, or like a friend from Discord or something?
yeah, some person from a Discord, and also I told my homie, even though me and um throughout the UK, he was willing to like join, but it, I think he gone to sleep because I told him like basically my podcast will start around at 11. So it will be around 11 o'clock. And he didn't get the response back. So I have to like give him a text. But yeah, you and Revenant will be here. But
Yeah, yeah.
like we're saying, because basically we just want to like discuss different topic. I might create another second channel so we can discuss, what's going on with modern society as a whole. But we can discuss
So
this.
you want to make like a second channel just for like podcasts?
Yeah, like so we can at least open up our freedom of speech and also trying to like talk about, what's going on with realize the situation and how things should be addressed in a good way.
Yeah. Well, I know I recently finished Metro Exodus,
Mm-hmm.
and I had recently finished playing Resident Evil 3 again, the original. I decided to play through the game again,
Yeah.
and like the difference between those games and modern games are like night and day. Like I was like Resident Evil 3, the original, compared to Resident Evil 3 on the remake is really crazy because one is it has a lot of like modern feminist bullshit in it, which is the remake. And the original PS1 game, Jill was like a strong character, but she was also very like warm-hearted, very
Yeah.
warm-hearted and friendly.
True. True. I
So
can agree with you
so
that.
Yeah, because the original Jill, she had a lot of compassion to her, but the RE3 remake Jill is just, remember, the remakes are canon to each other. So RE1 remake Jill compared to RE3 remake Jill are like separate characters basically. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Understand. Yeah, I do
So
understand.
yeah.
So, by the way, we need to like discuss about what's your quite problem because even though right now we having a lot of things being taken and been weak around society, is it even though we need to talk about I'll say one USA and also UK, and also how do you feel about what is it the immigration also the degeneracy like we got like been
Can
happening
can can, can you repeat the question?
so what's your thought about the Western country? Like basically, what is it through our states? What is it through USA and also UK? And also the problem with degeneracy and also how the things around the modern society has been weakened that much.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you know my stance on that is basically like, I think people now are at a point where they don't really stand for anything anymore. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you have to like you know we have to have a goal, right? Like we strive toward goals, right? Like people, they want to make money, they want to, you know, become like people have so many different goals in life.
yeah.
But like there's no order anymore. Like everything is like has become like no, there's like no consequence for degeneracy, you know what I'm saying? Like the reason
Yeah,
why degeneracy used to be pushed back on so hard was because they were trying to protect like family structures. You get what I'm saying?
exactly. That's the thing. Family structures, which
Yeah,
in
so they were
personally for me,
they, they were trying to protect the family structure. They were trying to protect kids, trying to teach them like certain kinds of morals or whatever. But nowadays, you don't really have that.
exactly, bro. Because even though back then you need to like learn about the models of family structure, but nowadays, like for this type of shit, like what we seen, and also how it's been bent down backwards. I kind of fucking hate that shit, bro.
Well, I agree. I hate it too. I mean, like, look, here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
The problem with all this shit is that they don't want to leave people alone. Like, so for example, when people want to have their like traditional when people want to have their traditional values, you have like, I'm gonna use the word leftist. You have like leftists that will say, well, you should be including this. You should have inclusion for that. It's not right that you're not that you're just they'll say that anytime that they don't include the degeneracy, they consider it some kind of discrimination or some kind of exclusion, right? But like in the end of the day, like I'll give you an example. Schools, like these
The
same these
education pissed me off the most. That's the
they,
thing.
they say
This is the
people should
problem.
learn about the gay shit, right? But then they'll be mad if they teach Bibles in school, Bible religion in school. So these people don't want religion in school, but at the same time they want kids to be taught about gay pride and gay
And let me, and
whatever.
let me tell you, it's not gay pride. It's about feminism too. But the fact,
Yeah.
like, is let me tell you this, bro. Like, even though if you take a look, maybe around what is it, straight up to, I would think around our state. Even though I'm gonna be real, we don't have like no two parties. We only got one party. So it's like the liberal, bitch ass Democrats, and
That's
also what
fucked
is
up.
it?
You only got the one party. That sucks.
Yeah.
Might as well
So
be voting for the same
it it
person.
it pissed me, the fuck of the what is it? Was it today? I have to learn about bullshit. What is it? General election. I don't want to learn some damn ass shit around general election. Who do I need to vote? And also, they like the system went like was it the place that want to encourage motherfucking kids? Like if they don't vote, they must be 16. But that is like basically what they want to do. They really want to like probably like grift to it hard and also scam those type of people, poor people, bro. And what
Well,
is it?
well,
And they
bro,
saying that
a
um
16-year-old should not be voting.
exactly, bro.
A 16
Oh,
year old doesn't have the wisdom to vote on shit. Like honestly, honestly
it's just
though,
fucking crazy, nigga. Sorry, it's just crazy for me. They think that that's supposed to be around age around 20 or 25. And the
bro,
system is so shit. I can't, rely. And what is it? Myself, I don't want to learn by it. I have to ignore it. And they come into like three students and reject the whole thing. And what is it? They have to carry on. I say no. Leave,
oh, have a good
leave me
night,
out.
King Turk.
Leave me the fuck alone from that shit.
Bro, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this though. They are there are multi-layered problems going on.
Yeah.
They are multi-layered. Like, all right, you know Congress, right?
I d-
Con- um
Tell me about it.
Congress needs to have term limits. You understand? There are people
Yeah.
that are like they need term limits. You can't have these 80-year-old fucking people, set 90-year-old fucking people, 70-year-old people in Congress making decisions that affect the people that will have to deal with it for the next 30, 40 years themselves, right? Because those people are going to be long gone when that happens. So
Yeah.
so that's one thing, right? Like setting house limits. Then on top of that, you have, like I said, the stuff with schools, right? It's hypocritical. You know, don't teach religion in school, but then you want them to teach gay LGBT shit. You want them to teach pro feminist shit. All of that,
Black,
all of that
black.
is opinion though. It's opinion. It's a subject. It's like a subjective stance to take that they want to be taught as fact in school. So while I don't think religion should be taught in school. I really don't think religion should be taught in school, but I also think that the LGBT stuff shouldn't be taught in school either. I think when you go to school,
Exactly.
you're supposed to learn skills. You're supposed to learn actual schooling,
Yeah.
right?
And the fact, like, too, the thing in our country, because at least your country is for open freedom, but when it came to our country, we have only one type of stuff history. So they're trying the best to call out history. So what is it? They rather talk about Black History Month, and they can't at least talk about two-side perspective, because the fact, like, they want to ban people who's generally controversial, but not at least have their opinion expressed view wise.
But bro, the thing is with all this is the thing with all this.
Yeah.
They need it to be normalized. When people normalize things, if they can normalize enough of this shit, then they want it to become the norm. They want it to become basically the new normal. They want like and they need that to pass. They need that ideology to pass. They need it to like I mean I know I already said that, but like it's basically that when it becomes mainstream, it doesn't matter if it's right and wrong because it becomes dogmatic. It becomes a thing that people always have done, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand.
Like it becomes a thing like why would people always were they always taught pro LGBTQ in school and shit or whatever. And when it becomes normalized like that, it's harder to push back on.
Yeah. And also, what is it? What is it? Majority people learn about Black History Month, but what about other type of culture month instead of Black History? So they can make people become proactive and also pro feminist. So why can't, let me say this, right? Why can't at least they allow have men talk about their own views, by the way, and express it, but not even being called by labeling them as misogynistic, prejudice. What is it? What is it? Racist or phobes or xenophobic?
Yeah.
What those words?
But the whole thing is fucking stupid. That's why like the whole idea of like, America and like Europe, well mostly America because with Europe they're trying to push that now. America
Yeah,
being like a melting pot. Here's the thing. America and all these countries, the culture is American, right? Like, so
Yeah,
example, like when you look at like hip hop culture is distinctively American.
exactly, bro. That's true.
It's distinctively American. And
That's true.
because of and
Very.
you know, a person, African American, outside of skin color, that grew up in like America, is gonna have more in common with somebody like with somebody from America than they are with someone in Africa or another country where, like, you know, black people live, because ultimately, like, they're Americans. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was always the driving force, right? You get what I'm saying? That, like, no matter what race or whatever country, it's a melting pot in the sense that we're all Americans. Or, like, I'm using America, but the same kind of applies to the UK as well.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, even though what is it, we do have like maybe African Americans and also Jamaican Americans and also what is it, African British and also like Jamaican or what is it, Caribbean British too.
Yep. All those people. And but my whole point is that my whole
Yeah,
point with this is not so much that, like, there's anything wrong with differences between people. It's that
yeah,
despite that, races come to America, they become American, right? But you're not
yeah,
seeing that anymore. You have so many conflicting ideologies.
exactly. And
Ha-
terrorists. Sorry.
ha- yeah, having a conflicting ideologies within the same. They're forced to associate. So you follow so far. So, like, for example, like Muslims and gays, they're both considered like, oh, this is a pride group, not pride group, sorry, these guys are minorities, and they
Mhm.
should, and they need to, they're minority groups, you know, you're a Muslim, you're whatever, you need to coexist and get along. They're all of that stuff
Nah,
is
it's
it
just bullshit.
is is considered inclusion, pro inclusion. But then you think about it, how can gay people and, like, real Muslims
I'm
coexist?
most people like
they
nah,
ca-
they
they can't
don't.
they you
They
can't
don't.
coexist
No.
ideologically, because at the heart of both those things, they completely are against each other. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. Exactly. And the thing, let me say this: the Matrix just really want, like, even though we all damn know, like, the far fake DAI, like, I'll talk about the far damn ass left. They're trying their best to put, these type of groups around. What is it? The LGBT into Muslim. I mean, and if you take a look history, many Muslims don't associate with those type of groups.
Yeah, they
And
die
and
in
and,
any
and they,
country that's Muslim.
yeah,
Most countries that are Muslim controlled, they literally kill people for being gay or trans. So they don't coexist.
yeah.
They don't go together. That's the point I'm trying to make. So
Yeah, exactly.
they're
That's
not
that.
gonna they're not gonna go together. They're not gonna be able to interact with each other properly. So what do you think is gonna happen when you force them to try to, like, coexist? When you force them to literally be on top of each other,
They will not work, and we've
it
seen
doesn't
this
work.
every damn time. Exactly. Let me say this for real. Sorry. Yeah, these race activist liberals who pretend that like they care about black people, they're absolute hypocrite. They do not give two shits about black people.
They
Thank you,
don't.
homie.
They
Thank you.
don't.
Let's go. And
They
every
don't.
single time when we go to demos, whatever, education, the thing that pissed me the fuck off the most. So why can't at least another another people of the disagreement saying, "Hey, these students don't want to learn about it. It's not a good thing, and it's setting like a bad, conquer divide. They don't need to learn about these type of stuff." And if you see majority of students like standing there and say, "Hey, I don't want to learn about it," it's their freedom of speech. They don't want to learn about that bullshit.
They don't have
So
to. They shouldn't have to.
they
And
don't
that's
need
why
indoctrinate for that type of bullshit routes.
all these institutions, like I said before, like all of these institutions, they need to they need to be based off what they're meant to be, right? So, for example, if you're in school, the school should be teaching you about objective knowledge, which is math, which is writing, which is speaking properly, which is, history, not opinion about, oh, what group was treated this way, what group was treated that way, but the provable facts of what happened.
Yeah,
That should be what was
uncensored.
taught.
What I mean, uncensored. They need to speak about it in a whole. They can't speak about one topic. No, it have to be to topic, and that's the thing they're trying their best when it comes to around what is it, certain around us countries like UK, but Canada and US, but the thing with UK, they got pro damn ass bitch
But
ass
but
liberalism.
I'm gonna explain why they do this though, because there's a specific reason that they do this stuff, and that's because here's why they do it, because they can only cheat but so much. You gotta have some deniability in your corruption. That's because
Mhm.
ultimately that's how you make it seem like it's fair. It's not fair. They cheat, right? Like these
Yeah,
people, they cheat. They're bought and paid for, but they have to give the illusion, right? They have to have the plausible deniability that everything's like done at face value, and they actually are like what's the word, like they actually do they actually are trying to play fair, and they care about people, and they do this, but they don't. They just don't.
they
Remember,
don't.
in
Yeah,
order, if a corporate, look, you know how this stuff works, right? Like
yeah,
corporations and like groups like what's it called, lobbyists and stuff like that.
yeah.
They want to make sure that their shit, they can make money. So what they do is they pay politicians, they fund their campaigns, they line their pockets, they give them information, and they end up doing a stock trades or whatever, and they make so much money doing that that they have to be reelected, because being reelected means that they can pass more bullshit laws, do more bullshit lobbying, so that they can continue to make a shit ton of money. Right? You saw that happen with Pfizer, with COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my point with all this is that they need to get reelected. And in order to get reelected, they know what they're saying is bullshit. They know they have no legs to stand on. So they want to get any group, make them feel like they're oppressed, and say, hey, if you vote for me, you won't be oppressed anymore. You'll be free. You'll 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 have you'll have whatever rights. You don't have to worry about this, even though negating the fact that there's no person in this country. In this country, we have equal rights. At
Yeah,
least in America, we have equal rights, right? So there's no right that a trans person doesn't have that a straight person does, right? But they create that narrative because they want people to vote for them. They want people feel good when they feel like, oh, I'm helping out by I'm really helping out by like voting. I'm voting. I'm fighting injustice or whatever. But really, they're just ensuring these people can stay in office so they can make more money. That's all they care about, right? So
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it's all about.
Uh,
Getting a legal. I just want to say this last thing, and then I'll let you speak. They
yeah,
want to have illegal immigrants vote. They want to have They want to sway the black and trans vote and gay vote toward them because
continue, continue.
because they want to make sure that they're ensuring their place in office. That's really what it
Exactly,
comes down to.
exactly. And let me say this because how Revenant spoke to you about our discussion is like because even Revenant showing the picture of the border around our country, right? Did he tell you about it or not?
I don't think he did.
All right. Because if you do have like a Discord, then I can at least send you the picture. So what is it? Basically, I would say this for example, right?
Mhm.
Even though this guy told me about it, I think around last week. He was like he told me basically around the country and US. He's saying that and also UK, but I would say this. Basically, I explained how the UK just fine because the economic system is not doing that great. It's doing very poorly, bro. Very very poorly. And
Oh
what
yeah.
and they're saying that no it's not it's because like they want to exit themselves from the Europeans. They don't want to be paying around Europeans. And also then that I don't know, but the thing is he mentioned the most because even though I tell him about the legal immigrants because the thing like how you see how the economy farm because there's way too much people of legal immigrants go around the country and invading it, but they say no it's not that. and it's because of the values. Like, what is it? And you know how I talk about the bottom type of stuff. They they only show me the one thing, even though maybe it's on Revenant phone, but I can't like send it here
It's
though.
all right. It's all right. I'll take your word for it. So just explain what the image was. Was it a picture of the map?
It's a picture of a UK border. It's to the France, and
Oh, to
basically,
France? Yeah, France has insane immigration problems right now.
yeah. So basically, the UK only have the border to block France, but there's a lot illegal immigration, like invader run every country around UK.
Yeah, even
But
even I heard about it with Germany. I heard about it with the Netherlands and
yeah,
Sweden and
and also
Switzerland. And women have been being raped by women have been being raped by what's it called by illegal
Israel.
immigrants. You know, no,
Yeah,
they have been. I've heard some wild stories.
yeah, that's true. And also, when you go, even though they'll catch you hostile there around every Middle Eastern country, they don't want to tell you about that. And also, let me say the point, because what is it? I want to say this too, in my damn opinion. So right now, they're only saying that, like the guy said to me before, saying that the truth about America, they say America is not a war country, but personally, in my opinion, it is a war country.
Is it what
And
country? A world country?
no, he's saying that it's not a war country.
Oh,
Not
war country. It is. All Western countries are quote
yeah,
unquote
but
war countries.
he's saying that it's not a war country. And also maybe like UK, and also maybe like a country. But he said America's not a war country. It's just only Ukraine is a war country, not America. So I say, nah, because the thing with maybe Trump, he want the border closed. He's saying no, that no, that's not true. He didn't he did not want the border closed, but he's willing to like having it been closed. But
Yeah.
personally, what they want the just they just want to be mad. What is it? I won't be real. It's just the far fake left want to be mad because it's like basically if say for example is say that it's if like the Republicans like close the border and don't allow legals immigrants to invade the country. They rather do something their own way. You see how like these feminists go, and it's getting way damn worse around society, bro. And and that's why you see a lot of males just getting kicked out, been wiped out by this type of system.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, you're
what's
right.
up? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, you hear
All
me?
right.
Oh yeah, Revenant, explain Jim Patty about the picture I saw you about the UK and France and the stuff I sent you about it, and tell me what's your opinion about it.
Wait, what was that?
The picture I saw you about the UK and France border. I showed you.
Yeah.
Tell me about what's about it, and also I tell you about the guy. Talking about it. Dedication to teach, trying to tell me about the stuff about
Uh,
your country.
Give me a second. I gotta look over it again. I
Well,
remember.
the
I
thing
kind
is,
of remember the other one about what was it? The guy interviewed someone that was kicked out of the school or something like that.
University, yeah, the university.
University. I
That's
remember
the
that
thing.
one. I have to look at
Yeah.
the border one.
well,
All
the
right.
thing is, I know about the border stuff already because I've actually been following it, and like I said, you know, women and people have been being abused. People are there's a big homeless problem over there. There's all kinds of problems in the UK with immigration. I think, and obviously with the
Yeah,
US, but
I was actually gonna bring up immigration there too. It's pretty
yeah,
bad.
but it's
Yeah,
really bad. So
Like
so
they
that
there's
border
they
is complete
they
shit.
they they trying to counter me from that one because they don't want to speak the truth. They rather say it's just basically that it's just basically they don't want to be associate with Europeans, and also they don't want to address it the immigration situation. They rather say the France is the main problem that have the immigration issues. Albania, and
But
that's how you see UK.
Were you referring to about UK asylum seekers where they're coming from?
Yeah,
Yeah, apparently in 2023 the most common origin region of asylum seekers are Asia, and the most common single nationality was uh Afghan. In previous recent years, the Middle East was the most common origin region, with Syrian and Iranian the most common nationalities.
yeah, of course, and I mean that's
exactly.
obvious.
But
Everyone
if
knows
I,
this. It's
bro,
Muslim immigrants. It's that's
yeah,
Hmm.
what it is.
let
Yeah.
me say this, bro, because even though that the guy try to, like, shut my claim down, cause what is it? He doesn't want me to say bad, because he only blame the only one country is France, because France got the most,
They're
and based on
all
that,
Yes.
fucked.
Yeah.
They are all collectively fucked though,
Hmm. Even
because they're
Japan to an
look.
extent too.
UK, France is in the UK. It's connected to multiple regions of the UK. So if they get in
Hmm.
through France, they're gonna get into any other country. If you can come in France, then you can end up in London.
Like Germany as well. Germany's
yeah,
pretty
Yeah.
bad with
because
that
they're
too.
all yeah,
Germany is really bad, and
Hmm.
also the Netherlands. But
Yeah.
this is what I wanted to say. Because in the Netherlands, you hear like a lot of rape stories, and it's kind of fucked up because you think, oh wow, these Muslim guys who haven't seen, they fucking see more than a woman's ankles, and they see some fucking blonde white woman with blue eyes. He's like, I must rape, I must
Yeah. Right.
violate her. It makes me sick. But the thing that gets me that makes me laugh, because I had this conversation with one of my friends. She's from Mexico. Is that you're in a country that's fucked up, and you're trying to run from that country because it's so bad, the economy is bad or whatever. When you go to other countries, all you're doing is taking your problems with you, and then you want other countries to, like US or UK, to bow down to your country's ideologies, which in this, let's use the word, in this case,
that's true.
in this case, Islam. And meanwhile, all the countries outside of Saudi Arabia that are, Islamic, aren't doing good. They are typically don't do well. They're not doing well.
Exactly.
So to me,
Exactly.
it's like, how can you go somewhere else to live a better life, and then you demand that they give you the lifestyle you had in your country? But that
Yeah.
ideology
Right.
has led to your country being fucked. Same with Mexico, but
Exactly.
you just
Hmm.
replaced the word Islam with drug cartels. I left Mexico because Mexico is
Exactly,
poor.
Antonio.
Mexico is poor and it's not doing good, and I wanted to make more money. Why is the economy bad? Why is it fucked up? Why is it so much crime? Because the fucking cartel.
Exactly. That's
Because of
that's
the
that's true, bro.
but because of the cartel. So to me, it's like you guys need to fix the problems going on in uh in
Mexico,
Mexico.
because
Yeah,
they'll
But
run
then
away,
got
or want basically to live like the same lifestyle that they're claiming they're running from, but they're not willing to provide any solutions to the problem,
yeah. A lot of
because
solutions.
then they're gonna bring their problems to wherever
to
they're
us.
migrating to. Yeah, like
To us.
America.
And also it's because it's not, look, you grow up in a country, you're culturally, whether you like it or not, you're going to culturally absorb that, right? So for example, for an American, a lot of Americans, is unfathomable to be in a country where women can't drive and are forced to wear hijabs and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't even think, like you just couldn't even imagine, especially feminists. That's why feminists are stupid, because they promote all that shit. And
Trying
meanwhile, they don't realize that if our countries were like Iran, they would be stoned to death for their degeneracy. But they don't think about that
Yeah,
exactly.
shit.
right.
So
Exactly,
to
bro.
me, it's
That's the
kind of
same with the
funny.
LGBT people, where
Mhm.
it's like they're like, oh, Palestine, all sort of shit. Oh, what's the other one? The other one they're at war with. Damn it.
Iran, Israel.
Iran. Yeah, yeah. Whichever one. It's like all these other countries where it's like they'll be against that shit, but then it's like, oh, we're all for this or whatever. Like you do realize that, you know, depending on where you're going to, whichever country it is,
Yeah.
they'll have you killed, right?
Yep.
It's
That's
the same
that's
thing with the women, with what you were saying before. It's like they are gonna try to force this lifestyle that is very reminiscent, like pretty close to how it is in, like, say, like um um Middle Eastern countries. And then, like, if they were to go to these Middle Eastern countries, they would not. They would not be treated well at all.
Exactly. That's the
And
thing.
and that's the thing. Is like, how are you gonna want something that really is not going to benefit you simply for being a female? It's not even about whether if you're a feminist or not, because they really don't give a fuck what you are there. Because if you're a
Yeah,
Yeah,
female, you're going to be treated a certain way, and
yeah,
that certain way is not going to be very good
exactly.
compared to other countries, especially in America. Like they don't realize how good they have it.
they don't. But
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. That's actually why I mentioned this before. That's why they want these people voting.
Mhm.
They want uneducated
Yeah,
people voting. They want young people voting because they don't even they don't realize they want immigrants voting because
yep,
the common person that doesn't think about this stuff doesn't realize what they're actually voting for. What they're
yeah.
actually
Exactly. That's the
they
thing.
don't think
It's just
deeply about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just based
Even
on their
even just
feelings. They're gonna tell them whatever it is they want to hear. That sounds nice, but again, these people don't think because you have a younger generation where they'll. It's kind of similar with like games or movies where it's like they need everything to be told to them, point by point. They need their hands to be
yeah,
held
Antonio.
to
True.
whatever it
True.
is.
True. Yeah.
It's like Jinpachi, where we would talk about the Dark Knight, where Joker ends up saying like, "Oh, me and you are meant to do this forever," and it's like so on the nose, where it's like that's kind of how this generation is, where they need everything to be so on the nose, otherwise they won't get it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's
And
how that's,
Which
that's how they
shows you
do
the
them.
lack,
let me tell
and
you
that's
this.
what it is. They created an uneducated, they for
Hmm.
generations they've been dumbing down society, and they've been
Thank
creating
you.
more uneducated civilians, and
Yep.
uneducated citizens are easier to control. And honestly, the whole point is because in the end of the day, the reason why they're doing this is because when they get voted into power, they can make more money via corruption. This is what this is all
Yep.
Exactly,
about.
bro.
In the end of the day, all this shit is really about that. How can we make
Yeah.
the most money personally, right? And what these
Yeah.
politicians do, like I said before, Revenant got on the podcast, is that they need to be in office so these
Mhm.
corporations can pay them money to pass
And
these
grift.
laws
And
to
grift, bro.
and
Important. Grifting.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
grifting is an ends to a mean, the ends to the mean, a means to the end. I mean, the
Yeah.
reason why they're doing it is because again they want those votes so that
Yeah.
they can get paid so that they can get paid to pass laws, to pass legislation that supports these corporations, so these corporations can make more money in a corrupt fashion. That's what it's
Thank
always
you.
been about for them, and
Yeah.
that's what we're seeing here,
And
and that's what.
another thing, what they do with the youth now is they'll
It's
have these
gotten worse.
celebrities or other
It's
people
gotten
like that
worse.
to endorse
Oh,
whoever, whether if it's a politician or if it's like a certain like a law or whatever that they want to keep in place, or they want to um turn over, whatever social issue that's either going on or that's in jeopardy of being like reversed.
The new thing,
Yeah, the new thing where it's like the
the new
celebrity will
fight.
come. Yeah, the celebrity will come on and they'll talk politics and shit like that. It's like, I mean, you see it with so many people now where it's like, it's like if you follow an actor, you hear more about their political views than the next movie or the next TV show they're working on.
yeah, and it's getting so tiring that this type of stuff.
And
So that
but real quick, rewind before I just want to finish off by saying this about they'll have the celebrities will come around and do all this, and it's very influential to impressionable minds, but especially younger people because they're
Yeah,
so easily influenced. Just look how influenced people are with music alone.
yeah.
People are so
What,
influenced by music.
whatever rappers tell them to say, that's how they speak. Rappers
Yeah,
tell these kids how to fucking talk.
and how to
exactly.
dress and how they should live their lifestyle. All these people worried about going partying, fucking women, going to the club, getting all that
And
money,
next
and
thing,
just
let me tell
just
you,
doing a bunch of dumb
women
shit.
want to
Really,
blame the issue the most on men, like it's all.
Fun and degeneracy with no responsibility. That's what they've been
Yeah,
yeah,
and
pushing.
that's the
yeah,
thing. What is it? I'm gonna say this. The system, like this system's basic around targeting straight diversity man because they don't want straight diversity man to speak out the truth or willing to like at least you know make these people been held around their criticism, and also we've been held around years through centuries through our path. But they rather look for degeneracy, man, and they rather just have them to like abuse, their type of narrative and their type of style, so they can, what is it, say they feel harmed, and they feel threatened around the degeneracy man. And the
But
thing
bro,
is,
yeah. I'm sorry. I'll tell you after because you brought up a point I want to mention. I'll say it after. So continue.
yeah, exactly. Because I'm gonna say this, Jimpachi, because even though Reverend got good point, Reverend about that, even though maybe after Jimpachi speak, even though
Hmm.
tell him about the university situation, because the thing is, I circle the red thing how this thing go. And bro, even though what is it? This dude, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm gonna be very serious, bro. This dude have his life on the edge, and he have a choice, bro. And he can't even move on with his damn life due to that shit ass situation. And the thing is, he cannot even have his own personal space so he can help people and have people to fully open up by fully freedom of speech and have it be more topic by two sides instead of not having it by one. And the fact like the university and also the staff and the team trying their best to kick this guy out because he can't even have his own opinion of view. And Reverend, you do see how they try to treat that motherfucker.
Yeah, I can briefly mention it.
Yeah,
Um,
right now.
Basically, the
But
school blocked a student from discussing about men's mental health issues after his I guess I think his friend committed suicide or something,
Wow.
and pretty much like clearly they view women's health more important than men's health,
Mhm. Well, they
and
do. Of course they do.
yeah,
Because to them, men
so
are expendable.
and I think it's a journalist. I don't remember the guy who it was. He actually was moved by the guy's story where he looked into it, and now you have like an article basically dedicated to it, bringing to light like what was going on with that situation.
Mhm.
And I had told Reborn that that's how it is now, where society they just want to prop up women, and we got to take everything that they go through seriously. But when it's a man, they're left to fend for themselves and deal with it on their own, or just be ignored. Where with women, they get their own support system. You see ads and commercials specifically for women's health.
exactly
They even have like even with these like ads and commercials, they'll have like these different like
diversity of
medication or whatever type of shit where it's like specifically for men. I mean, sorry, specifically
for
for
women.
women. I can't
Yeah,
remember. It was like something like maybe a month or so ago. I kept seeing the ad for it about some like pill like her something or whatever. That's what it was called. Her something. Um and it's about mental health and all that for women, and it's just like clearly there's like a double standard going on, and I think a lot of it has
But
to do with the fact that they want to push
you guys
strong
are
men out the way in
yes.
order to bring in women and also weaker men, so that way they can just manipulate, you know, people in general, so that way they can just do whatever they want. Because if you have a strong man around, or strong men rather, they're
they're
gonna push.
dangerous.
They're usually gonna push back against something that they see that they can tell that's like complete bullshit, or that they just feel like it's wrong, and they're gonna stand on that. Where you're gonna want to ensure there's more people who are more passive.
But it's
And
deeper. It's deeper than that, though. You got to
yeah,
understand.
I,
It is
that's
far
true.
deeper.
Mhm.
It is far deeper. I'm gonna explain why right now. It's far deeper
Yeah,
because people what they fail to realize is that no, and this is gonna sound kind of. I mean, I'm just bear with me. Men and women aren't the same. Women they are very concerned with their image. You
thank
understand?
thank
So
True.
here's what it is. Women they want to say on the surface, right? On the surface they say, I want I want this man to be emotionally available. I want him to talk about how he feels. I want him to be empathetic, show compassion or whatever, and all this stuff, which men should have some of that, obviously. But
Yeah.
when they say that to sound like good people. You
Yeah.
understand? Most women, when you talk about things like you saw how that's so sad. That is so sad about the men's mental health thing, right? Because men need other men to talk to and support each other. That's why brotherhoods exist because
Exactly, bro.
because
True, yeah.
men understand each other and understand that struggle of being a man. I'm not saying it like
Yeah.
a victim. I just mean that the differences between men and women. Women,
But quickly add on to what you're saying. That also includes father figures as well.
yes, it
Yeah.
does. It does.
That,
But let me finish this because I feel like this is important. When men talk about their feelings with women, women get disgusted. You
that's
understand that?
true.
You
That's
you
true.
you understand that, right? If
I
you're all right,
understand.
let's say if you're in a situation where I'll put it this way: if you had a girlfriend, right, a woman, and she saw she saw you lose to another dude, and you talked about how I lost to this person or whatever in whatever scenario, like I felt down because I felt whatever, that shit turns them off. Women
That
don't like that.
exactly. That's the
Whatever
thing. They don't. They
whatever
don't.
they
They don't
say,
like it.
all the shit they say to like say like, oh, become, yeah, I care, whatever. They're saying that to you, patting you on your back. Deep down, most women are disgusted. You understand what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why
Exactly.
it's important. I mean, I'm not saying like obviously that's a lot of women. There are women that are loyal and shit and that don't think like that, but that's a primal thing. Most women want their men to be winners. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's
when a man is going through mental health, there's pressure. There's pressure to keep his mouth shut and say,
exactly, bro.
"Oh, I can handle it. I'll grit through it, or whatever." And that's why they rely on. And that's why it's important to have brotherhoods. That's why it's sad that student wanted to talk about men's health and he got shut down like that because
Exactly, bro. And
women do not care, bro. Women
yeah, that's true.
women I'm not and I'm I don't I like I'm not saying this as a I don't hate women or anything. I
That's
love
the
women.
same thing, bro.
Women need to exist. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, like, and you look at like in the dynamics of society, it's like Revenant said, they're trying to weaken men because weakened men are easier to control. But
Exactly.
at the same
Exactly.
time, society has been so dumbed down. Men have been so dumbed down,
That's
and like
true. That's absolutely real true, bro.
and
Real
also they've
true.
and also they've been conditioned. People
Yeah.
have been conditioned. Like, all right, I'll put it this way: back in the day, most women there was a time where women were more conservative, where most women were conservative. Let's say like in the 40s, 50s, even like mid 60s. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
women were like, no, I gotta dress modestly. They have their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be like more feminine with their husbands, with their men or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were looked down upon for fucking dating different guys for um most women didn't want to be career women. Some women really just didn't want to do that. They would, they want to take care of their kids. They want to be with their families or whatever. Society has changed so much that the normal is now being promiscuous. Where you have women talking about, how many people you have on your rotation. These women will say they have 6 or 7 men on rotation, and that's being modest. Your average woman, the average woman nowadays is for the streets. I'm not trying to like I said, there are women that aren't like that, but the average woman now is for the streets. So the point I'm trying to make with all this is that it's already been norm, like even like those values they have been changed. What's normal now is like, oh, I'm in my 20s. I need to fuck around until I find my partner. I need to be a strong career woman. I need to do this. That's what's normal now. That's been normalized. So imagine trying to go back to traditional values. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's what
Exactly. I like that traditional values to me
and that's
only.
and that's what they've been doing. Every generation, all this shit is to just normalize different things. The current thing
Yeah.
now is trans and LGBT. Women back then didn't have access to male hormones. Now you got women
Exactly, bro.
you got women taking testosterone, bro. That is the
We-
most unnatural thing that you can do. You have women taking
Exactly.
testosterone to compete in fucking sports, bro. They're giving themselves sex changes. They're giving themselves this. They're just giving themselves the same doses that a doctor would give them if they wanted to have a sex change to become male. But the difference is their psychology is like, oh, I'm not a man, I'm a woman who's strong. And then for another woman, she's like, I'm a man, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. But it's the same amount of hormones.
It's
It's like
just degeneracy. It got damn
mhm.
worse.
It's degeneracy. So to wrap things up, here I'm going to summarize everything. They're pushing degeneracy, and they're doing
Yeah,
this because they want to normalize it. All this shit is about normalizing so they can have endless voters, endless victims, and they can keep lining their pockets while making the
yeah,
world more corrupt. And while making the world more corrupt, making more money and continuing that cycle. Does that make sense?
yeah, exactly. And the thing is too, let me tell you this, bro. And the thing, even though like Reverend understand, and the fact like even though Reverend that guy said when he's saying we're right in his own opinion by his own word, he said that he wanted to create his own space of man space only for men. They went and constantly stopped in no time, and and he kind of have no access to like have his own personal space, like a strong man values personal space, so you can help like weaker men to like understand society is.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, so if a woman can do it, that's fine by strong women values. But what about strong valued men if they want to have their own type of personal space and have it to be around their side of the group? Not.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
saying
the
like
whole
it can be both sides, but you can't just execute to be like one. It's
bro.
just like
It
stupid.
the thing is, that's what I'm saying. They don't
Yeah,
care, bro.
yeah, them niggas don't
Women,
care.
all this shit, all the LGBT shit, all that shit is also trickle down on feminism. They don't care. They
Yeah,
don't care, bro. That's what it is. I'm being real with you. They just don't
yeah,
care. What they
exactly.
care about, what they care about is how can I win? How can I get ahead? I'm not talking about just women. I'm talking about also like I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about politicians as well and like
Yeah,
lobbyists.
It's like
They
exactly.
BLM
don't
as well. You lump
BLM.
them in there too. I
Yeah,
mean,
fuck
They don't
you, like,
they
dude,
don't care, bro. I'm telling you right now,
yeah,
they do not care. They don't. Whenever
it's
whenever
usually not what they claim that it is.
all groups that are victims, whether it's women acting like victims, minorities acting like victims, even white people that act like victims, when you
exactly,
have a
bro.
victim mentality, nothing is your fault. If nothing is
Hmm.
your fault, then you have no
Accountability.
accountability. Yeah, you can't correct your mistakes. There is no accountability. So when women say, well, when in this case with women and this guy where he died, he killed himself, they don't care. They don't think they're not thinking about the if it's fair or not. They don't
The
care if
nigga
it's
don't even
fair.
don't give a damn flying fuck, and
Bro,
that's the
they
damn
don't
thing.
care if it's
And
fair. They don't care. All they
yeah,
care about is that you have a space that they're not included in. All they see it through is their eyes, their lens. Oh, well, this doesn't include women. This is sexist. Meanwhile, there are a number of women only
have their own space.
groups and spaces where
Yeah,
women's gyms. There's hundreds of women's gyms, but they never go
exactly.
there.
They
They
have
go
their
to
own
men's. They
spaces.
go to men. They go to men's gyms
Hmm.
Yeah,
because
Yes,
they
it's
and obviously that's
weight
a whole
loss
nother.
programs and all that.
yeah,
It's a whole nother thing because that has to do with them seeking attention and that's a
Hmm.
validation thing. But the point is
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
that women have their own spaces and they still try to go into men's spaces. When
Hmm.
men want
Exactly, bro.
spaces just for men, women
Yeah,
can't handle it. When people that are when
exactly.
people that are straight don't want to be around gay people,
Exactly.
they can't handle it. It
Yep.
doesn't matter the nuance of it, right? Because again, just because you don't want to be around gay activities doesn't mean that you don't like gay people. It doesn't mean that you don't like their humanity. You get what I'm saying? Just
Mm,
because you don't want to be around trans people doesn't mean that you
exactly.
wish it doesn't mean
I don't
that
want
you
to
wish
talk
harm
to
upon them.
bro.
Yes,
Yeah,
People
they always
people
try to gaslight people
Mhm.
when it comes to
exactly.
that. Where it's like,
And use
it's
buzzwords
like
all the damn time, bro.
what someone personally feels like. All right, I don't want to associate with this person or this group. I don't want to be involved in this. And then it's like right away, like, oh, that means you hate him. You're a bigot. You're a racist. You're a sexist, and all this other shit. It's like, no, it's like it's very simple as to why I don't feel comfortable here. I don't like this. Whatever the reason is, it's usually never some big extreme where it's like, I hate women. I hate blacks. I hate gays. It's usually never that extreme, but they always try to make it that way because to them it has to be that way and nothing else.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's what it's all about. So these people, they don't understand that people just don't want to, like, people can't even, you know what? There are 20-year-olds right now that are pro LGBT and all this shit. They can't even stand eating the fucking brown part of a banana.
And they
Yeah.
don't eat,
You know what I'm saying?
and they don't
They
like
will,
go in
Yeah.
restaurants, bro. They don't.
but listen, because there's a point.
Bro.
There's a point here. They can't even handle eating the brown part of a banana. And if you ask them why not,
Yeah,
they'll
nigga.
say because it's fucking nasty and they don't like it. Right? Does that
Yeah.
mean they fucking hate bananas? No. They just
No.
don't want that part of it because they just don't want to be, they don't want to eat that part of it. Right?
Yeah.
Like kids today, young people today, they can't tolerate being around anything that they don't like, yet they want to
Mhm.
force other people to be around shit that they don't want to deal with. So
Yeah.
Exactly. And the
so
same.
in the end of the day, what it really means is, what this really all it is to say is that you have to leave people alone. This isn't about equal rights because there's no right that a gay person or trans person has, or that a straight person or whatever has, that
Exactly.
that they don't have. We have equal rights, but you don't have a
Mhm.
right to people liking you. If I go down the
Yeah.
street and call every,
Exactly.
if I go down the street wearing a fucking suit made of dildos, people might not like that.
Exactly, bro.
And if they don't like it and don't want to be around me, and they have their reasons, it doesn't mean that they hate me. It just means that they don't want to be around me.
They
If somebody was,
don't want
if
me,
Mhm.
bro.
if, if
Yeah,
you were
that's real
if you were in
life,
your
bro.
if you
Real
were
life for me.
if you were
Bro.
in your university, reborn, if you were at your university and every morning you take a shit on yourself and walk and go into class with a fucking smelly dump in your pants, and everybody in the fucking class was revolted by it, it doesn't mean that they hate you. They might
They
start hate. It doesn't mean that they hate you. They just don't want to be around something that smells like shit. But guess what?
exactly.
If you imagine you told the teachers, "Hey, no one wants to be around me," and the teachers force people to be around you because you still smell like shit, it's gonna make people hate you. What does that sound like? Huh? What does it do? It creates hatred.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it does
You cannot
create
force it.
it
But
creates hatred and hypocrisy. That's the thing. Hatred and hypocrisy. Not from the people, but by means myself. If I wanna put if I wanna dress like shit, bro.
It's
It
like
creates
Tommy Sotomayor would say, leave
yeah,
people the fuck alone.
leave people
exactly.
alone.
And
But
even let me
but
say
It's
that
that
this,
simple.
bro. Because
but
even though
you understand the analogy though, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like if you're forcing
It's a
people to
nasty
be around,
analogy, but I we get it.
yeah, you're
yeah,
forcing people to be around something they find revolting,
Mhm.
and instead of you just doing your own thing,
yeah.
and they're forced to be around you, they're gonna make people hate you. That's what's
It's like
going
a
on with
bum in the
trans.
street. I mean, in New York. I mean, I speak for both of us. How many times we be seeing bums in the streets or in the subway on the bus, and it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to be around them. Doesn't mean you hate them. You could probably like emphasize with them, where it's like yeah, I feel bad, but they smell. They seem like they're going on about some gibberish or something. They seem like not mentally there. You don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. You don't want to be around them. It's not like you're obligated to be around them or try to like solve their problems or anything. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna keep my distance. It doesn't mean that I hate the person. It's just that you know I
It,
have my reason why I don't want to be around them.
it's
Exactly.
exactly it's just ridiculous. And also the one thing, Revenant. Do you know that video I show you about that degenerate dude? You know that Mizzy guy I tell you about the
Yeah,
video?
I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about it? Intelligent party this, because even though we all damn know the left leaning, they do have been around. What is it? I would say house arrest. Right
Well,
now, if you see him,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember the video fully because it's like I think it's been over a week ago.
yeah,
You sent me that one, so I don't remember that one fully. There was another one I had saw that you sent me.
the Britain freedom of speech problem.
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I basically agree with like that and whatever. And I guess to speak about degenerates, since I don't remember the video too well. Um, society is trying to promote these type of people.
Yeah, exactly.
You're seeing it now within entertainment and other things. I mean, fucking like you could take a video game for example, like Baldur's Gate 3 that promotes degeneracy.
Exactly.
Whether people want to admit it or not, and even the shit you're seeing now promote of everything where it's like, you gotta support everything for the modern day audience. Look at what Disney's doing with their products and everything.
Yeah,
So
and let me say this by the bitch ass. Have you seen they confirm that they do not want any straight men around their building or
yeah, the leak the guy who basically told on them basically, everything how their
yeah,
hiring processes.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, when you think about it, it's not much of a surprise. It's only surprising that it kind of like came out in the public.
Yeah,
And m- my question is, are people still going to support them, knowing that? I mean, they are, but I'm
People are
curious
gonna
about.
they'll make excuses no matter what, bro.
Yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
make
yeah.
excuses no matter what they
exactly.
do.
It
Because right
doesn't.
now,
Yeah,
me
it doesn't matter
too.
what is
I
they say.
this homie. Geeks Gamer. Let me call this motherfucker out. Okay, okay, Jeremy. I understand you like Inside Out too, but the thing is, they gonna start grifting. Once they gonna start grifting, how that thing's successful, then you can tell how much they're gonna like change Inside Out 3 into full on propaganda, because they don't give a damn fuck about you, bro.
My thing is like,
Bro,
why doesn't these people just boycott Disney by now?
because
Just like say fuck
because
them.
they're dumb. Because they don't care, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like a
Yeah.
moralist society. You have to
Exactly.
care.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? For you to
Yeah. A lot of these
protest,
people. A lot
you
of
have to
people
care.
really don't care about what's happening.
Anything. About
They'll claim
anything.
they do or anything. Yeah,
They don't
they'll
care.
try to make it
They
out
don't
seem
care.
like they
Exactly.
care, but
Exactly.
again, morality does not play a factor with them because they'll just keep doing what they're doing, the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, like it's a
Like yeah, I said,
like
like Disney can do anything, and they'll still a lot of people still find ways to make excuses for them and still support them.
Yep.
exactly. But the thing, okay, I understand like people calling the woke bullshit out, but stop buying their damn products, bro. That's the thing.
All right,
Like,
bro. Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
A lot of people, your average person has a fear of missing out, bro. A new thing comes out and they don't
Hmm.
watch it and they don't see it or they're not part of it, they feel excluded, and then they don't like that feeling. So they want to be kept up to date. That's why a lot of times with small talk, you ever notice what's the first thing people bring up? You saw that movie? Oh, you heard about this coming out or whatever. You heard about this
Hmm.
thing, right? Because people they're like I said, people have been indoctrinated and brainwashed. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
People cannot even handle not playing a fucking game, bro. They cannot handle not watching a
exactly, bro.
movie. These people don't think they don't care. It's like
Exactly,
they
bro.
like and the whole thing is, and here's my whole point with this is that you have like companies like Disney and these institutions. People have been there are people that have been watching Disney since before they were born. There's 50-year-old people. They're 50 that have been watching Disney since they were babies. There are 60, 70-year-old people that have been watching Disney since they were babies. That's how
Exactly.
long and powerful Disney is as a company. So what the people need to understand, what people need to really do is the people that are against this stuff, they have to just not support it, pretend it doesn't exist. Don't make videos, don't make as many videos trying to like hate watch it. If you're gonna talk trash about it, talk your trash, but don't hate watch. Don't go like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly. Don't hate
look
what
what
it.
what and my question before, what is the hardest thing to do? What is one of the hardest things you can do?
Um,
All right,
try. Like, let me say this. Try learn to just ignore it. Even you can call it but just don't buy the damn product. That's the thing.
I was
Learn
all
gonna
to
right,
say,
not buy.
all right.
I was gonna say self control.
Yeah,
Self
self
control, but
control.
but but
Yeah,
but I'm gonna actually rephrase my question because I actually asked it a bit wrong. The
yeah,
hardest thing to do, anything that's hard to do, there are gonna be less people doing it.
Yeah.
So
Ex-
example,
true.
staying in shape, right? Staying in shape, working out is hard, right? Yep.
Oh
You guys can
True.
hear
boy.
me? You
Yeah,
guys can hear me?
yeah. Because
Working
right
out is
now,
hard.
yeah,
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
Studying and learning skills is hard.
Mhm.
Running your own business
yeah,
and not
it's
just being an
very hard.
employee is hard. Anything that's hard and
It's
requires
very hard.
discipline, people are gonna avoid. Even with food, eating foods that like not eating a bunch of sugar all the time, it's
Mhm.
hard for
Yep.
people. Not for me, but for a lot of people, it's hard.
Yep.
Those people, the easiest thing you can do is watch a movie, play a video
Mhm.
game. I would argue read a book, but even then, like people can't even tolerate reading books anymore. It has to
Yeah.
have fucking pictures now. Why? All right, I'm gonna put it this way. Let me give you an example that proves this point. It's harder to read comics than it is to watch a movie. Why do you think most people they know these characters through movies and TV shows, but not through comic books? Because reading a comic book, for example, or buying comics and like keeping up with the storylines or whatever, it takes conscious effort. That's
Yep.
why your casual fan, they're not gonna fucking know about these characters outside of the last movie that came out with them.
Yep.
And obviously those are the fake fans or whatever. But
Yeah, and it's easy for them to know what's going on by just simply just watching one movie and then they're good until the next one comes out. Or
yeah,
a comic where it's like you have like you got to keep up with each issue that comes out.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Or even if you buy a graphic novel or whatever, you still have to read it.
read through it
Reading
and
reading is harder than watching shit.
yeah,
So that's my whole
yeah.
point.
Reading is
Whatever
so
what
very hard, and also doing math is so hard too. Let me tell you this: maths and also what is it like English and what is it? The learning of science is very hard. So I'll give what very hard is the if the multiple the maths and also divisions because I would say division is the strong one to like learn and get your what is it maybe your critical brain to think more and
yeah.
study maybe hard
Yo,
to it and
Reborn, pin that comment that says exactly Jim Pachi. You better pin
what
that. You better pin C GMS comment.
oh no oh no
GMS
oh
sure
no
he
game.
oh,
did.
oh no
Oh, okay. But
wait wait a second yep
listen, like I said, man, anything that's hard to do, people are not going to do it. Having a
yeah
spine is difficult, so people
yeah
choose not to
it's
do it.
difficult it's true yeah exactly which I understand even
Yeah.
though yeah we've been through there it's very difficult bro
Mhm.
very difficult
So but people, like I said, like things could change.
yeah things could
Things could
change but
change, but
yeah
it's gonna take some doing. And
yeah it's gonna
again,
take very long time bro it's gonna
that
take
that
very damn long time
that's why when people say like, when people say things why do you care so much about this movie? Why do you care so much about this being character or being race change? Why do you care so much? Because people are trying to fight back and block against the forced bullshit. They're trying to prevent.
exactly thank you
They're trying to block things from becoming normalized. That's why people are gatekeeping. That's why they do
and,
it
Yeah,
and let
and
me
because
people
they
saying,
and
"Oh,
guys can I say
why are you
this
doing this or whatever?" Because they don't want
Ex-
to think. They just see it on a surface level and they expect everyone else to see it exactly how they do. And if you try to explain it to them, it's like they won't get it. It'll be like, oh well, I don't see the point. I don't get what you're saying, or I don't see the big deal, or they'll try to radicalize you for whatever it is that you think or what you're saying, and you're simply explaining something in detail as to why it's a problem, and they don't get it because it's how we got to where we are now because so many people didn't see it as a problem. They just like wrote it off as no big deal or nothing or you know whatever it may be. And again, like that's how we got to where we're at now, where so many people are you see a race swap character or a bunch of degenerate shit or
yeah
whatever it may
exactly
be, and then you got so many people who end up saying like you know uh what's the big deal when they should be able to see how this thing may be a problem and how it could develop into something uh, gr- uh worse than what it already is.
and you know what's the
yeah
irony? Revenant. Here's the irony of
Yeah.
it all. They'll watch these movies and they'll play these games and be like, "Oh, I don't like it anymore." But then they can't accept that it's because of the bullshit added in that caused it to
Hmm.
decline.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
a
true.
good
Yeah.
example of that is
I,
Hard Eight. Hard Eight
I
Times,
like,
the YouTuber,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he likes to say like, "Oh, this shit whack, this shit whack," but then he hates when people talk about woke shit, but he doesn't understand that the reason why this stuff is happening is because of the woke shit. The woke shit
Yeah.
is why the quality has declined. It's
That's
like
why.
exactly.
Yeah.
like
Can I say
Suicide
this,
Squad killed
bro?
the Justice League. That game is
Exactly.
Hmm.
bad. The story's written the way it is because of feminist BS.
Hmm.
Yeah, and also,
So
guys.
they could say, "Oh, it's just a bad game. It's just a bad story," but it's interwoven. It's the DNA
Hmm.
of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's in the
that's it.
DNA of it. If the DNA
And
of it was there, it would be a better game.
Yeah,
and what
but
what
guys,
makes like games like
even
that worse is because they
mm,
focus so much on the agendas that they're pushing, and then the gameplay suffers, and just the overall quality of it suffers, and people don't realize that it has to do with that. Games back then, like from like back in the day, years ago, whatever it may be, uh, you know, they're fun. They're still playable
yeah,
now.
exactly.
They were fun. They were innovative, and on top of that, you did have a good story. You had good characters, good
Yeah,
character
I
designs, and
understand.
everything. A lot of replay value, and that's because there was no agendas involved.
No
It was just
gender,
about
no
putting
gender.
out a good product first and foremost. Where
Yeah,
now it's like the
what?
agendas come first, and then everything else is like an afterthought, really. And they just
Yeah,
rely on something like the name brand, like a Suicide Squad, for example. They're relying on Batman, the Batman Arkham series, DC, and the host of characters that
yeah,
comes with
guys.
it. They're relying on that. Also, they're relying on the
Can I
name
say
recognition
something?
of Rocksteady and Warner Brothers as a way to help to because it's like brand recognition for people to see like, all right, well, it's Warner Brothers, it's Rocksteady, and it involves Batman and Arkham and all these other characters.
It must be
So
good. It must
Yeah,
be good.
exactly,
can I say
exactly.
something?
Yeah, I'm
Because
sorry, Reborn.
even though I understand what you're saying about games, yeah, but right now, we need like it's basically we need to like talk about education. I do agree with your point fairly.
Yeah,
True, to understand, respect your point, but we need to talk about the education. That's the thing.
right,
But
right.
right now, we see majority of students being gatekeeping the education, also the college and school, because they're not even learning the true values at all. They're not
Yep,
even letting what is it any students to just at least be what they be, but they just don't want to learn that type of subject. Just make them to like learn something else. But they kind of struggle by their damn decide they just don't want to learn something like they like if they learn something else, they say, I can't be asked for this shit if they learn something else. Or at least give them around computers so at least they can at least like do some work or some other type of shit. Oh no 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 no.
But you know
yeah.
what though, Reborn? This
I
is
was, I
but
was,
this is a thing though.
yeah,
This is a thing that you're not realizing.
All right.
The teachers that are being taught, the teachers that are teaching, and are the people that are in these positions are indoctrinated by culture. Most of
All right.
culture is media. That's
Okay.
not most of culture. It's like culture is downstream of media, and media is downstream of culture. Meaning that people have been told certain things forever, whether it be like movies, whether it be like magazines, whether it be whatever, right? And
Okay.
that affects how they go about learning. That affects. All right, let me put it this way. Look at how the rap shit has affected school kids.
Yep.
Think about like the correlation between hip hop
Oh, guys.
yeah. I can hear you.
wanting
Oh,
to be what's the word like
Oh, Jim Pachi cut out a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
can you what was the last thing you heard?
You just said
Um,
about how rap culture within school.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so think about kids that are heavily influenced by hip hop. They're like heavily influenced, right?
Oh,
Hmm.
That affects how
yeah.
you think. That affects how you think
Yeah.
about
I
things like
think.
school. That affects how you
Yeah.
think about stuff like hard work.
Hard work and all that.
That there's a
What happened?
correlation.
He's back now. I don't know what
There,
happened.
there's a
Yeah,
correlation. There's a correlation between culture and the school system, and that
yeah,
can't be ignored. So yeah, it does matter, right? A little kid
yeah,
playing a Spider-Man game and they put all that woke shit in it. That's gonna affect him at school. That's gonna affect how he thinks.
yeah,
Yep.
You know.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
That's why you're seeing
you can
like
talk about educating and not and yeah, but that was like you could talk about educating and education, but that's part of it. Think about all these
yeah.
female teachers, how many like black minority teachers there are in these schools, right? And
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly,
that.
bro.
How many of them were influenced by certain cultures growing up, influenced
Yeah,
by what they
rap
were
music
seeing?
and all that.
hmm
Yeah, rap music
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
not
that.
just rap music. Not just rap music. It's just like just what they've been told, right? Like, oh, white
Yeah,
people this,
like
white people are
yeah,
better
how they
off.
were raised up.
White,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of it, bro. A lot
that
of it.
yeah. So with
That's
schools,
why
that's why. Well, the last thing I'm gonna say
yeah,
is
I'm
that's
sorry.
why in schools you have to separate ideology from schooling. You literally
Exactly.
don't have to teach
Hmm.
any. You don't
True.
have to teach any of that shit in school. Have it be objective,
Exactly.
factual knowledge, and then the parents and their communities can influence them how they want to. So if the parents want to
Exactly.
teach them
Hmm.
the trans shit and gay shit and all that stuff, then let the parents do that. Or if the
Exactly.
parents want to teach them about the Bible and God and shit, let the parents do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
exactly,
put them
bro.
into a religious school. What was that? A Catholic school?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, put in
Yeah,
religious
you know,
schools. I know.
Exactly.
schools for that.
And let me say this:
But
the one thing. Even though society don't want to do it, if if people want to, if the LGBT want to have education, they need to create their own school. That's more better, but not instead
Yeah,
of
and
just
see how many
labeling
students actually
it.
want to fucking go there.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, exactly. Because then you
Huh?
get the argument where it's like, oh, what does it matter if they teach kids about the LGBT or whatever? All right, make the school and see how many people go there, and then we'll see
How
how many
many people
people
want to
want
go there?
want to go
Exactly.
there. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's gonna look like Silent Hill. It's gonna look like a ghost town. You barely have anyone
Yeah.
in there. Actually, it'll be less because there'll be more. Silent Hill's gonna have more uh population than that school will have. So
You know what it'll look
Yeah.
like? Ashford Island from Code Veronica? That's how
oh
it's
yeah,
gonna look.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
A
That's true.
foggy, rusty wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Exactly.
and that's why you see these kids now, whether they're being suspended or expelled because they're speaking out against whether if it's critical race theory, the LGBT shit, Black Lives Matter being promoted all over within the school and whatnot,
Exactly.
because they know what's going on. It's like they don't like it because I mean, when you think about it, what why should they like it? Because you think about critical race theory, it's basically meant to make black people feel like they're victims all the time,
Exactly,
and
bro.
it's to create more of a race divide amongst black and whites because it's going to
Exactly,
teach
bro.
people that young people specifically that white people bad, black people good, and black people are victims no matter what.
Yeah. But which they're not at all, bro. Not at all.
Yeah, because
Even though you see, it's a lot of races. It's not only one.
yeah,
It's a lot. That's the
yeah, it's
thing.
like because the thing is like anyone can be racist, anyone
Yeah.
can experience racism,
Everyone can be
but
racist. I think
when you're
racism.
trying to teach like something like critical race theory, all you're gonna do is gonna continue racial tensions
Exactly.
when it should just be like it doesn't matter what this person's skin color is, they can still be your friend or your enemy.
Yeah.
They can also be your future, whether if it's like a male or female, that person could be your future wife or husband or
Yeah.
whatever it may be, and it's perfectly fine. But when you're trying to put a system in place where you're trying to teach young kids, because it's what they do, because kids are very impressionable. When you teach something to them at a young age, it becomes engraved in their minds where you'll see shit where it's like even when they're an adult, they're like, "Oh, I was taught this when I was a kid from my parents to not do this or to do that or whatever," and it sticks with them. People don't realize that where it's like you're being taught something as a kid, it sticks with you for a long time, especially if that's being taught to you for a very long time within your in your childhood. So with something like this, like again, like critical race theory, this also applies to the LGBT shit as well, where it's like they're being taught something so they can think a certain way all the way to adulthood.
Yeah.
And then when that keeps happening as they're an adult because they understand more, but they're only understanding more of what they're being taught. So if you're being taught to hate something, they're going to constantly keep looking for something to learn about hatred among whatever it is. So if they're being
Yeah,
taught
exactly,
to
bro.
have disdain for a certain race, then they're going to keep picking up on that even up until adulthood, and it's
Yeah,
going to get
exactly.
progressively worse because again it's being taught to them up until they're an adult, and then when they're an adult, they're gonna do whatever they want within their lives, but they're also gonna still have engraved in their minds of what they were taught. So the same thing with the LGBT shit, where again you start teaching that to kids, that's gonna confuse them because how many stories you hear where kids are like identifying as like a boy or a girl or whatever, or the parent is claiming that they're gonna transition or whatever, or the parent is claiming that, oh, my son is gay, my daughter is lesbian and whatever, and I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, that's the parent putting that onto the child. It's the same thing when it's like, oh, my cat's a vegan or whatever. Like, yeah, we know who's making those decisions. It's not the cat. It's the pet owner, and it's not the parent. I'm sorry. It's not the son or the daughter believing this or feeling this way. It's the parents usually are enforcing that onto them for whatever reason it may be. It might be like a mental imbalance between within the parents, because you think about it, what parent within their right mind is going to be like, what, my son identifies as this, my daughter identifies this, my daughter or my son is gonna doesn't feel like they're in the right body or whatever. It's like what twisted fuck things like that when you think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I rambled
Understand.
on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Revenant. Like, like I said before, you explain point, and now, right now, I got like nothing to say. I gotta say this news. My battery at 8% because we have a good discussion.
All right. Well, before you
And it's
continue, let
like
me say this though,
it's
because I
just
wanted to say I wanted to say something before
even yeah.
that and here's the thing with this. When you're telling somebody with like the BLM stuff or whatever, it's like Revenant said, like they could be your partner, they can be equal to you, they could be dumb people that are whatever, they can be smart people that are like whatever race or whatever. Like it really doesn't matter. It's about the individual. But here's
Yeah,
the thing that
exactly,
here,
bro.
but here's the thing: when you're telling a race of people that, oh, you're smarter than everyone else, you're better than everyone else, you're being held back, but because of other races, that's going to create hatred in them because they're going to feel like, hey, we're special, we're these special uh unique sunflowers or whatever. Why are we held back? Why am I living like this? It must be discrimination, right? It takes away accountability from the person.
Yeah, yeah,
So
like you said, that's true.
so
Exactly.
it creates hatred. It's like you're telling, because at the same time, critical race theory is messed up because it tells black people that, oh, you invented this, even though a lot of it is BS. Like, oh, everything
Exactly,
was,
bro.
you made this. You're actually being held back because of this. You guys are actually the smartest people. You guys have the highest this, the best whatever. And then meanwhile, is making these people say, but then also telling them, oh, you've been held back. You've been held back. It gives them the impression that they're special and different from everyone else, and everything is everyone else's fault but not theirs,
Exactly, bro.
as an individual.
Every,
Hmm.
every, like all visible people in every cause is their fault, but no, it's theirs too. You see. And by the way, right now because my phone is about to die, I said 7%. I got last with two of you. I'm gonna talk about the thing with YouTube. I think it happened last week. Basically, YouTube banned Dr. Umar Johnson. So what's your thought about that one?
I don't know who that is, to be honest.
Dr. Umar
Oh,
Johnson?
that was the
Oh,
community post, right? You tagged me in.
No, no, no. The other one. You know Dr. Umar Johnson.
No.
Oh, what is it? He do like race theory. Not Jay the conspect. Nope, it's Dr. Umar Johnson around your state for
That
America.
name sounds familiar. Like Tommy Sotomayor may have mentioned it before. I think.
Yeah, mention like Dr. Umar Johnson, that guy.
Okay. Well, wasn't he simping for black women before and had an
Yeah,
issue with him?
yeah, Umar Johnson with the dreads, the small short dreads and all that
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
okay.
got banned from YouTube. So what's your thought about that one?
Well, well, what did he get banned for?
I just do not know.
I'm gonna have to
I
look into that. You know, the
Yeah,
next time you do the podcast, remember to bring that up, and I should probably have an opinion by then because I actually will look into it.
yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. All right. I want to say this to you guys. Thanks for stepping by, and
Oh,
also we could
thanks for
discuss
having me.
about games, and also Revenant. Once when I finish the stream, I need to like discuss you about one thing I need you to do, and that's okay. And maybe Gym Pots can
Okay.
help you too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, I want to thank every stopping by, and also Antonio. Sorry for your replies, cause we're having a huge discussion. But I want to say what he say first before I go. He said this: people doesn't think with their own brain anymore, especially the youngsters. They join the hype train, follow the latest trend, and believe whatever their favorite celebrity tell them. They are normalized the most cringe and degenerate shit every day, poisoning the society, pushing the society into chaos, and they can stay in control.
yep, that's
All
exactly it.
they
Mhm.
care about power and control, so they can patronize corruption and keep getting more rich. It's supporting the richest. That's the thing. Support
Mhm.
sources.
Yeah, yeah. GMS Gaming is right on the money. That's
Yeah,
exactly
he
what
really is.
it is.
Yeah.
That was basic. That,
Exactly, bro.
that was exactly that was what basically what I was saying earlier, and he worded it perfectly. He worded it perfectly.
Mhm.
Um,
Exactly.
and yeah, thanks for tuning in, and GMS, and thanks for the comments and whatnot. You know, I'm sure Reborn appreciates having you. We all appreciate having you. So thanks again. And
Yeah, appreciate
as
it.
for the podcast,
Yeah.
thanks Reborn. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks
And
again,
And
Reborn.
and the last
and
thing, Antonio, that is causing economies to collapse and cause massive immigration. True.
yeah,
Antonio.
yeah. Well, all right. Thanks for
Well done.
having me. I'll catch you
Thanks
guys
for having
later.
me.
Before we go, I'm Jempachi. You can catch my I have a YouTube channel. I do all kinds of like gaming stuff, animation, streams. Sometimes I talk about this stuff. You know, if you're interested, check it out. And I have my own original series called Augur Up. I appreciate if anyone checks it out. If not, that's fine too. And thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for having
Yep.
me, bro. Um. Your next Revenant.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm RevenantRemnant. I talk about gaming and sometimes other stuff outside of gaming that usually relates to kind of similar to what we were talking about here a bit, but just more within gaming, I guess. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I appreciate it. If not, it's cool. And yeah, once again, thanks Reborn for having me on talking about this stuff. It was a good discussion, and it's also good to talk about stuff that's going on within society, within our generation and the next generation to come, and all that, because it's very important for people to be aware of what's going on and to just you know just understand what's happening and not be delusional about shit like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks for having me on again, Reborn.
Yeah. Exactly. Thanks. And also thanks for stepping by, you two guys. We appreciate it. And shout out for
GMS
Chico.
Gaming. Have a good night.
Yeah. Shout out for Chico joining in, and also Jim, and also Antonio.
Oh yeah, Chico too.
Yeah, Chico too. So anyway, make sure y'all have a great day, and I catch you next one. All right, peace.
Peace.